Right now, very pleased to have with us from Nevada, Carrie Herbertson, NRA ILA's Nevada State Liaison. Carrie, good evening.
Hi, Kim. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for coming on the program tonight.
Oh, I'm happy to be here.
All right, I wanted to give people some advance notice on this piece of legislation that's going to be heard in Nevada coming up on Monday, February 28th, because they've got an opportunity to speak out, not only in, I guess, in Carson City. Is that right?
That's correct. In Carson City at the Capitol, Assembly Bill 143 is coming up, and it is going to receive its first policy hearing in the Assembly Judiciary Committee.
All right. Now, this is a sort of a right to carry reform measure. And not only can you speak in Carson City, but you can also speak in Las Vegas via teleconference at the Grant Sawyer Government Building. One of the things that this bill would do, Carrie, that I think is so vitally important, it would protect the privacy of right to carry holders in the state of Nevada.
That's correct. What this bill does is it tightens the Nevada revised statute to ensure that permit holders' names and addresses are being protected and that they are not made available should anybody seek to gain information. This was brought about as a result of a Nevada Supreme Court decision that came down last year that basically said that the Nevada revised statute is not clear enough, that it needs to be made more clear if these names are going to be held confidential. So the applications are confidential currently, but the way the statute, the interpretation of the statute by the Supreme Court is that the permit holders' names should be made public. So this is something that's been in the works for a while, and Assemblyman David Bobzien has brought it forward. So we are very much in support. We are encouraging that the pro-gun community come out and support this. It just is a much, much needed fix.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, these states, and I've seen so many media publications around the country do this same type of thing. Whether it's we've had this in Virginia, South Dakota. The local press in South Dakota was just vociferous. Legislature actually had to go back and pass two separate pieces of legislation protecting the identities of right to carry holders, because after they passed legislation that prevented the media from publishing the names of concealed carry holders, the media started publishing the names of concealed carry applicants. Now, as I understand it, in Nevada, the judge has said you can't do that.
Yes, that's correct.
You can't publish the names of the applicants.
Yes, that's correct. The applicants' names are held confidential, but the permit holders' names are not. Now, fortunately, we're partnering with the Nevada Sheriffs and Chiefs Association on this, and as far as I know, to my knowledge, there has not been a sheriff that has issued addresses. Some of them have put forth names, but they've not put forth addresses. So they are, to be honest with you, they're complying, but they're not complying in the manner in which, should they interpret the Supreme Court decision to the manner in which they could. And there have been some high-profile names that have been released. A couple of celebrities, comedians, that currently have permits in southern Nevada. Those names have been made public, but it's devastating when it does. It's such an invasion of privacy. Another thing that this bill does is currently when you qualify for your permit, you have to qualify and carry the semi-automatic firearm with which you qualify. What this bill does is now it says any revolver you want to carry, any semi-auto you want to carry. So that is also a much-needed fix. So this bill does both those things. So it's really important.
Yeah, I didn't realize this. In Nevada, you've got to, if you want to carry a revolver, you've got to qualify in a revolver. If you want to carry a semi-automatic, you've got to qualify in a semi-automatic?
You've got to qualify with each and every semi-automatic that you want to carry. So, wow. And that you want to have listed on your permit. So revolver, that change was made a few years ago. There was we had a committee chairman that is no longer the committee chairman, and so it looks like there's going to be some general support for the bill to dictate that you qualify with any semi-auto, you can carry any semi-auto. So it is something that's one of our priority pieces of legislation. We are asking CCW instructors to come out and testify. There's there's not a lot of institutional knowledge with a number of legislators. They're just not familiar with firearms.
Right.
So for them, a semi-auto might seem like a scary thing, and without really realizing that mechanically they operate largely the same. There's just not that. There should not be that fear factor that for some reason seems to be attached to it. So this is just, it's important that we get some instructors and some permit holders coming together and saying, you know what, this is just, it's just been a misleading campaign on the other side, and we need to bring the bill forward. So this is it's a priority for us, and it's about time.
Yeah. All right. Well, again, next Monday, folks have the opportunity to speak out, both in Carson City and down in Las Vegas. Folks can get all the details at nraila.org. And Carrie, I look forward to talking to you again very soon about this legislation and some of the other pieces of legislation that you're working on.
Yes, we have a lot coming up in Nevada this year, so I'm sure we'll be talking more in the future.
All right. Thanks, Carrie. Have a great night.
Thanks, you too, Cam.